Hello everyone, this is Ilakya from Jagdish Shet School of Management. In today's video, I'll be taking you through the problem which has been faced by Pizza Republic, and we'll be solving them using the Excel functions which we have learned here. So the first problem that we will be solving here is the top 5 selling pizzas. So this can be done using the dashboard. Dashboard is basically a visual representation of key features that allows you to analyze your data at a single place. So the second thing that we will be creating here is hyperlink and slicers. Hyperlink is created usually for easy access of dashboard, and the slicers are being created here because we need to find the week-wise sales. So the third problem that we will be solving is the employee bonus. So we are using count and if function to solve this problem. So the last thing that we solved here is we created an entry sheet using the macro function. So let's get into the video.
First things first, the employee details. Here you can see the ID numbers, names, shifts and the basic salary. Here you can see the inventory purchased for a week. Moving on to the menu. The menu has 4 different categories: sides, main course, combos and drinks. Each category has a list of items as well as their prices on it. Moving on to the sales data. This is also called the transaction data. How we have categorized them are the date, the order ID, the employee that has registered the order, the items in the order, the prices of each item and the quantity, the total amount paid and the payment method. We have taken this data for a month from January 1st to January 31st. Thank you.
So let's start making the dashboard. The first thing is you should add a new page. I am renaming this page as dashboard. Go to view, remove all these grid lines. So click on the insert tab, go to illustration, click on pictures in this device. You can even choose from offline pictures. So I've inserted the picture, going to enlarge it. So this is our dashboard. Next, the first thing I'll be creating is the top 5 most selling pizzas. For that, click on any cell, go to insert tab, click on pivot table, from table or range. Box like this. In that, click on new worksheet, click OK. So I'm going to rename this sheet as top 5 pizzas so that I can remember. Yes. So I'm going to insert this item in rows and the same item in values. So these are the pizzas that have been ordered in that month, and these are the number of times the same pizza have been ordered in that month. So we'll be finding the top 5 most selling pizzas through a function. Click on this icon, click on value filters, top 10. I want top 5. So I'm reducing it to top 5 and click OK. These are the top 5 most selling pizzas in that particular month. So I'll be inserting the chart for the same. I am going with the bar graph. I don't want this. I don't want the legend as well. Right click, hide all field buttons. So this is the final chart I want. So let us insert this in the dashboard. Ctrl C, dashboard and Ctrl V. So let us give a heading by this by selecting illustrations, shapes and text box. The heading for this is top 5 pizzas. So this is how the chart looks by the end. We'll be inserting slicers, hyperlinks and etc. and let's see how our dashboard looks at the end.
So let's go to this table, payments table. We will select a cell in this table. We will go to insert section. There we'll click on slicers option. Here a drop down box will appear. Here we will select the payment method option. So here's the payment method option. We'll go for OK. Here the box will appear. This one is the slicer. Accordingly, we can change the color and format of this. Like I will go for yellow one. After this, we will copy slices from here. We'll go to dashboard. We'll paste here. Here the slices will appear. So also we will do for this slicer as well. We'll go for report connections. We'll select all the options and we will go for OK. Now I will explain that how to add hyperlink. So firstly we will go to insert section, illustrations, then shapes. We'll select any of the shape here. I'll go for this rectangle one accordingly, and again we will go here, insert section, illustration, shapes, and to write a text. So I'll write the text for payments. Like I have added payment method and I've also added pizzas method. So I will write here payments. Increase this font here. I'll make it bold, italic, underline, or I'll make it accordingly. And now to remove this white color background and to make it all blue, we'll click on this. Right click on this. We'll go to format shapes. We'll go to fill and we'll select the no fill option. Okay, and now we will create a hyperlink. So by clicking right click on this, there is an option, it will come link. We'll click on this link. A drop down box will appear. Here we'll go for place in this document. As we are working on this document, we'll choose this option and we'll go for payment. Here's the payment option. We'll press OK. Now as you can see, by clicking here, it's an option of coming of select option. As I will click here, it will come to this page, that what we have added here. If we again go to dashboard, if I click here, it will come to this page. So like this, hyperlinks also work.
And this is how our final dashboard looks with all those charts, slices, and the hyperlinks. So if I wanted to know the employee ID 1002, so this is how he has worked. Like these are the payment methods, these are the combos he have sold, and these are the top 5 pizzas that he have done. So if I want to delete this, I can also clear filters. So if I wanted to know the sales of the first week and the chart changes accordingly, and I want to clear filters. And let's see how the hyperlink works. I'm going to payments tab and dashboard, and this is how the hyperlink works as well. Thank you.
This is the table for employee ID, total count and bonus. Employee ID is 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003. To find the total number of orders they have done for the month, we go here, select the ID that we want 1000, select OK. So the table shows all the orders of 1000. We come here and we use count function. Count function is equals to count and tap. Come to this side, select the order, control shift down. As here we can see the total count is 293. We do the same function for the remaining employees. Now we have the total count of all the employees. Next we will use if function to find which employees requires the bonus. We use if we select the employee, we put is equals to or greater than 300. If any employee has completed 300 orders, he get the bonus of 2000 rupees. If he is not, he is not getting anything. As you can see, only the 4th employee has completed his order of 300 and got the bonus of 2000.
Here in this video, we are creating an entry sheet using macro function for a database. So these are the columns that will be present in this entry sheet, and for date we are using today function that will give you the present date. And for employee ID we are using the data validation. Go to data validation and select list, and in the source you can select your source. These are the employee IDs. So in the drop down you can find the employee IDs where we have selected and equal to this cell. And already we are using macro function. For macro function, go to developer and record macro, give it a name, let it be macro 8 here. Okay, go to sales page, go to the top, keep your cursor in the first cell and turn on your user relative reference. Then move to already, control down arrow, copy the last already. You can turn off your use relative reference here, and in the entry sheet keep your cursor again in the first cell, turn on your use relative reference here again, and move to already, come to this cell and paste it here. And again I would suggest you to go back to the first cell and turn your use relative reference off. Then stop recording. So here you can insert a button where you can assign this particular macro function to that button. So the macro function we have created is macro 8, and we can rename this button as order ID. So to check this button, go to the sales bit, you can enter this and we can check whether this works or not. So if I'm clicking this already, it has to generate the last already here. Let us check. So it is working. So to get the next already, you just add this already plus 1, which will give you the next already. And for item 1 pizza, you can again use data validation. Okay, so you can find the data equal to this cell. So quantity that has to be entered manually by the employee, or let us put 2 here. And for the price, I'm using VLOOKUP function within the if function. So equal to if this cell item 1 equal to 0, then it should return 0, or else it has to go to the VLOOKUP function where the lookup value should be the same, item 1 which is E2. In the table array that has to look up is in the menu sheet. This price table, and column index that has to look up is 2 and the range lookup is false. So this will give you the price. So this Hawali Hopa is 370. This is how we will get the price. In the same way, this has to be repeated for all the columns, all the items, all the price and all the quantity. So I have repeated the same process for all the items and the price section. Even for the payment method, I have used the data validation where you can find the 3 payment methods. So now I am going to create one more macro function that will help us to get these entries added in the end of the sales, the database. So for that, again I am going to developer, record macro, let it be macro 10 now. Okay, and I'm selecting the entire cell, means entire row, cut, and moving to the sales database, keep my cursor in the first cell, user relative reference, control down arrow, one more arrow, control V. I would suggest you to paste it as values. Okay, and then again turn your relative reference off here, then again come to entry sheet, get your cursor in the first cell, then turn your relative reference on, again equal the same, whatever you did previously, the same thing you have to repeat. You have to this cell and order ID equal to this cell plus 1 and equal. For price, you have to put VLOOKUP function within the function, the same which you did already. As I said, I have created that macro function called final entry, and I have assigned this macro function to this enter button. So let's check that. So the order ID here is 2322, and in the database the last order ID is 2321. So if I click on this enter, this data should be pasted at the last here. Let's check that. So if we go on check sales data at the last, so the last order is 2322. If again I go to entry sheet and I am clicking on the order ID, this order ID should be 2323. That will give the next order ID in sequence. So 2323. Then again, if I after entering the quantity as per the customer preference, then again if I click enter, this will be added at the end of the database. Basically, this will reduce the time consumption and confusion of the employees while entering new data to the database.